Emily Shirley. I write songs and sing them. This is my second record with Dan and Rubicon. And the question is, why Rubicon?
Hi, I'm Mariana, and what brought me to Rubicon was that for a really long time I was tucked away in my house writing songs, and I realized that I didn't know how to take the next steps, and I was also not able to finish my songs. So I had dozens and dozens of unfinished songs.
I'm Jimmy Feldman. I'm a Rubicon Year artist, and I've been working with Dan for I think like 2.5 years now. Coming towards the end of my second official Rubicon year.
My name's Heather Miller. I finished my Rubicon year a couple months ago. I moved down from Iowa to do it. I'm back in Iowa now, and it was transformational, life-changing, totally amazing. I'm still growing and learning from the time I spent in Austin.
Hey, my name's Christian Mayo. I'm a rap artist in Austin, Texas, and I'm here at Rubicon Artist Development. And I'm actually recording my EP with Dan Barrett over here, so things are awesome.
I entered the Rubicon year, and he helped me to get through that stage where I was leaving everything incomplete and where I didn't feel that I could share my music. Also musically, with guitar playing or with my piano or with my singing or with terrible stage fright, which I've had for a really long time.
I came into Rubicon knowing that I wanted to make my living in music, and knowing that I didn't really feel like an artist. But beyond that, I really had no definition to my goals, and I think clarity is definitely a big word for what I've gotten out of Rubicon.
There's a tremendous amount of positivity that comes out of that small house. First of all, the studio is actually in a home. It's a home environment. Nobody lives there except Rubicon.
Recording an album, Dan takes it very seriously. He's very committed to it, so you really feel that he's listening to what you want, and he's also listening from his own ear of a producer and trying to pull out what he thinks is the best from you. And you've been working with him from the Rubicon year for a long time leading up to that, so he gets a real knowing of who you are as a person, your likes and what you don't like. So when you actually get to the time where you're recording with someone who really knows you.
One of Dan's real strengths is that he is really good at listening to people, and not only listening to what they're saying, but sort of listening to what they need.
At Rubicon, it's more about the process than the final result. You can go to Rubicon and just book, some number of days to do your record and then be done with it, and that's a perfectly fine way to do it. But if you're more of a burgeoning artist, or if you need a little more time to sort of work through the process, it's the space to do it.
One of the huge things about creating an album with Dan and through the Rubicon year is that knowledge of who you are and your music that gets talked over many weeks, if not months, leading up to that time.
It helps a lot that me and Dan know each other pretty well. Working together for the past year, we've just been getting closer and closer, so that helps a lot with the record making. It's just more natural. We can say a lot more than the average relationship with the artist and producer.
Dan is unique as a producer because of his involvement in the whole process. I think that's the key. He's involved in the process, not just the final result.
To become a better musician, if you work on any part of yourself, all the other parts of your music grow and get better.
When I'm in here, it's a lot different. I've grown this relationship for the past year, and it's not been just music. It's working on family relationships, work ethic, group group work. You know, there's been so much, and it's just added on, and now, you know, we're finally here at this point of making an album, and you know, so it's led up to this huge, like, awesome, like, feeling and just experience.
Dan has a way of making you feel that more is possible than you previously had figured.
In my case, on my first record, I was looking for a little bit of a collaborative effort, and some really cool things came out of it.
They ended up sounding really cool. Really cool, like more than I could have imagined. Kind of beautiful and mysterious.
You know, I've definitely come to learn over the time that I've been working with Dan and working at Rubicon and outside just pursuing my art. I've definitely come to appreciate music as a core value around which to sort of base everything else.
The most growth I've had was when I came here. I met Jimmy, I met some other artists here, Dan. They just all had this, I just felt like they're all a little, you know, above with their, you know, experience in music, and like they've been in it longer, and I just really respected that, so I looked to them to just gain knowledge in general, and so that inspired me.
So in that Rubicon year, which was a really big investment for me, but something I felt was a huge benefit to my whole life, not just right now, to my whole life, because I would know that I did something that I was very passionate about, and that I seeked out help, the right help, and that it was worth it. It was really worth it.
And yeah, it changed my voice, it changed my playing, it changed my just my attitude. I mean, it was funny, I was at an open mic here in town just a couple days ago, and I was ready, I had my guitar strapped across me, I was all tuned up, I was next to go on stage, and someone else in the crowd, another musician, kind of looked at me and was like, "Are you nervous?" And I looked at him like, "What?" Like, no. No, I'm not nervous at all, like, this is just what I do.